What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Hatters Lounge. It's your boy Stony, and here is my face. This is the first one of these kind of videos that we're going to be doing, so I hope you guys like it. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think, alright? So, Skill Based Matchmaking just came out in Dead by Daylight, and it was a quick little test, and, this is kind of my preemptive strike of, hey, what did you think of the MMR? From my experience, it was based off of your personal track record with each killer. So what that meant is if you're like me and you mainly play Huntress and Demo, when you switch off to somebody else, you're not going to be competing and going against the same level survivors as you're used to. Um, and for how it went for Survivor, I couldn't even tell you. It was just a completely different animal, and quite honestly, I don't want to do the math. So yeah. But the problem with doing an MMR is that there's no clear, concise way on how to win this game. There's no like directive to actually say like out because we all know if you have spent any time in this game, we all know that the ranking system is just it's a mathematical equation that if you spend enough time on the game, you will wind up as rank one. It's just how it works because safety pips are a thing. Um, so there's no clear, concise way on how to increase or decrease your MMR because you want to learn a new killer, etc., etc. Like survivors don't have a if all four survivors get out, everybody's MMR gets up and there's a multiplier, etc., etc. We don't know what that is as a player base, so it's kind of like when you're taking the only thing that we have, which is a ranking system, and you're completely destroying it and you're nullifying it and you're going off of people's reputations, but then you kind of just leaving the community to guess about it. It kind of creates a breeding ground for games like these where, they burned a map offering and then they burned a hatch offering. So, in my mind, as a rank 1 killer and somebody that has 1,500 hours in this game, I'm expecting quite the difficult match. And as you can tell, it really wasn't. I also was gonna let her go, but she said no. I was intending on her just breaking the chain and running off, but and sometimes people just leave. But anyway, I digress. So Resident Evil is about to drop, and as such, that has increased the awareness of Dead by Daylight and made a lot of people want to play, and a lot of people have already picked up this game that is quite new. Um, and so when you have this kind of thing where, if a rank 1 killer like myself doesn't play a killer and they're all of a sudden going up against people that are rank 16, rank 14. I think the Nancy was a rank 8, I think, in this lobby, something like that. I looked up and the person that had the most time was less than 500 hours. And so it just it's not a fair match, So it created this breeding ground of such uneven scales that I honestly feel as if it could have possibly put a damper on how people perceive the game. Not saying that people people have one bad match and then all of a sudden they don't want to play the game anymore, etc., etc. But when it's for 3 to 4 hours, the likelihood of you going back and trying that game out again is significantly lower. And so it was just horribly timed in my mind, but I feel as if, MMRs to me are a way to go learn a new killer when it's like that. So like I said earlier, it's like a double-edged sword. So you get to learn a new killer without really having to sweat where your rank is, but that's also really kind of not fair to the survivors or the killers because this did happen on survivor side as well, where we just went up against killers that we had no business going up against. um, so it's you can't have that kind of rank system. It doesn't work. So that's kind of my opinion. And mind you, this is just my opinion. I'm not a game designer. I don't do coding or anything like that. I just play video games. So I hope if they do one in the future, it at least accounts for everybody's time played. I feel like that would be probably something that would definitely help in the future. Is at least make sure that people are going up against each other that are within at least 100 hours game time of each other. But anyway, that's all I got for the video today. I hope you guys like it. Let me know how you like the new format and that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.